wrestling fans, and welcome back to another edition of NBC's 10 Count. I'm C-Fall. On today's episode, I'm talking to one half of the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins. How you doing today?
Doing all right. About yourself?
I cannot complain. I'm talking to you. How's that a bad day, right? For me, no.
Exactly. It's a great day.
It's a great day, and you're talking to me. It's even a better day for everybody here.
Right.
Let's jump into some questions, though. Recently, the tag team titles were unified by the Usos when they defeated RK Bro. Does that help or hurt the tag team division on both shows?
It helps. You know what I'm saying? You obviously want to be numero uno. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the person that holds both titles for both brands, be the flagship for both brands. And the Usos came out and executed that plan to a T. Now they got a target on their back, even though they're trying to hunt everybody else. Just know they got a target on their back.
I like
the Streets is watching.
Oh man, I need that match. Now, June 5th, Hell in the Cell, the All-State Arena, the premium live event will be on Peacock. I am so excited for this. Now, what can fans expect when they attend a live event for the WWE, plus watching a Hell in a Cell event on Peacock? What can they expect?
Well, first things first. What can they expect? It's in the paper. It's in the live event's name. You know what I'm saying? It's in the premium live event's name. Hell in a Cell. Okay, you can expect hell in a cell. All right, you can expect superstars going out there, laying their bodies on the line, giving their all to put on a great show. Go out there, have some fun, beat some people up. You know what I'm saying? That has wronged them in the past, but definitely a fun field adventure, a journey that many will be taking on and will return to their destination.
Hopefully somebody returns and someone probably won't return, because it is Hell in the Cell and we have seen people thrown off the top, thrown through, thrown the sides, everything included. It's a great event. I love Hell in the Cell. But my question is, when the heck are the Street Profits going to get some championship gold back around their waists?
The goal is soon, very soon. You know what I'm saying? We feel a little light without those championships. You know what I'm saying? It's been a little over a year now, I'd say, since we've been champions. So our waist and luggage, you know what I'm saying, getting a little light. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of want them titles back.
I sure hope that happens soon. And during your entrance, though, these solo cups fall from the heavens, and every time I see this, I don't know why, but I come up with this idea of like, who's cleaning up that mess? Every time those cups fall from the sky, are you after a match being like, okay, 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, put them in a bag, bring them to the next event with you? Like, who's doing that?
Let's just call it the red cup fairy. You know what I'm saying? Solo cup fairy. You know what I'm saying? They come and clean it up after it's done.
But now I have this image of an actual like fairy, but like, excuse me.
Clean the cups here. Watch out.
Get out of the way. Sorry. Excuse me. You can't have that. I don't know.
Don't be stepping on my cups. Move.
I know. Because every time they fall, I love it. It's a great entrance. It's like, oh, so you have pyro. Well, I have red solo cups that fall from the sky. And It's original. It's new. It's different. I love it. But I'm always like, who's cleaning it up? Now, are there new cups every time? I have too many questions about this.
I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? New cups, recycled cups. You know what I'm saying? Big recycling guys, you know, big on recycling. But yeah, normally new or recycled, either one.
So like Captain Planet's not crying, right? Exactly. Every time your entrance happens, he's very happy.
One time we did it, and Captain Planet hit us up. Was like, "Hey man, make sure y'all recycle." He was like, "Hey, we got you, fam."
You're like, "Hey man, all right, please don't hurt me." Now, recently, Sasha Banks and Naomi were suspended on TV. The women's tag team titles are suspended right now. We're going to have a tournament. But when that tournament happens, could we eventually see Sasha and Naomi return to get back their titles? You don't know.
I have no clue. I know it's going to be a crazy tournament, though.
I'm excited. Like, who do you think could pull this off? Because right now you have Toxic Attraction and NXT with the NXT women's tag team titles. Could we maybe see some NXT call-ups inside that tournament?
You probably could. You know what I'm saying? I could see an interesting odd couple down there merging as a tag team and taking over. So you never know.
There's a lot going on there. I can't imagine what's happening with the situation with the women's tag team titles, because I don't know who's going to be the new champions. We've had so many champions already, and now Sasha and Naomi don't have them anymore. And now it's like, what's next? And I guess that's the part of the adventure of what is next.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a journey in itself. It's gonna be a fun one.
I can't wait. We're going to see what's going to happen. Now, of course, June 5th, like I mentioned, Allstate Arena, Hell in the Cell is going to be on Peacock. And right now, the Street Profits do not have a match on this event. And this is a stat that kind of made me a little sad. The Street Profits have only had one pay-per-view match this year. That was WrestleMania. That was a 2-night event. So you haven't had tag team matches. Two. What was the other one?
Day one.
Oh, day one. I apologize. But yet it seems that there's so many pay-per-views, yet the Street Profits, who I love so much, aren't on them all. And does that make you a little upset that you guys are just missing all these premium live events?
No. Look, our time has come. We're just biding our time. You know what I'm saying? We're scheming. You know what I'm saying? We coming up with the next plan to see how we gonna get these tag team titles around our waist, whether we do it on Raw, whether we do it on SmackDown, whether we do it at a pay-per-view or premium live event. It don't matter to us. As long as we get those titles back, that's all that matters to us. Now, I will say, WrestleMania, a lot of fun. That was the big one that we wanted to be on. Now, the goal is SummerSlam, obviously. The goal is Money in the Bank. But yeah, we definitely our goal was definitely set on being on WrestleMania, and we got to handle business there. So now the goal is get those tag titles, maybe even you know what I'm saying, throw a little party, you know what I'm saying, a little after party. That's the biggest party.
Bring Captain Planet. He brings the cups.
Exactly. Big recycling event, you know what I'm saying? Get the party in. We got the tag titles, and then it's a wrap.
Man, I don't know why that's not part of your shtick. Is like, hey, we are the number one recycling tag team in the biz.
Hey, there we go.
A lot of crossover there. A lot of crossover. A lot of business opportunities could happen. And so the last time that we've actually seen the tag team titles defended inside of a Hell in a Cell was 2017. It was New Day, and it was the Usos.
Yep.
Great match. Intense. They've never had a bad match. And of course, we have SmackDown. We have 2 SmackDowns in a Raw before we actually get to Hell in a Cell. So fingers crossed, could we see the Usos defend the tag team titles against the Street Profits inside a Hell in a Cell?
You know, you have to tune in to find out.
You've done this before, haven't you?
Hey, taking them on a journey, baby. Taking them on a journey.
I love it. Now, has there been any discussions ever about the Street Profits going their separate ways?
No, not really. I mean, obviously, Tez had his match against Roman last year,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so like obviously he's proven that he can go out there and handle business by himself. I just been around, you know, just handling business, and the cool part about it is Tez is so good that I know everybody wants to see him, and I want to see him do great things as well. But the cool part about all of that is nobody knows what I can really do. So I'm like I can hide over here, you know what I'm saying, and like still do our thing in the tag team division. And it was like, oh, Tez is the athletic one. And then here I come with the one time I dove. And everyone's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, you know, I really ain't got to worry about that because Tez is the one that usually does all that stuff. So obviously I'm the guy that comes in and just beats people up, throw them around, and that's that. But nobody knows how much of an arsenal I really have.
That'd be interesting to see. And again, I'm not asking the Street Profits to be broken up, but in the history of tag team wrestling, it seems that there's always someone kind of goes up and someone kind of goes this way. And it's the history shows it. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens. And I'm not saying anything that like you're going to be the Mario Jannetty, but you kind of suggested that Montez is the one doing high fly moves. We don't know what we've seen from you yet, which I'm so excited because the prospects and the potential are there. And so right now, obviously, the Street Profits are concentrating on the tag team division, but at the same time, if it does happen or someone gets injured, could we see you have your eye on the the Intercontinental title, the U.S. Championship, because there's a lot of potential there.
Oh, our eyes are on all the gold, whether it's tag team or the Intercontinental, U.S. Championship, WWE, the hey, you know what I'm saying, SmackDown Live Championship, Raw Live Championship. It don't matter to us. We want all the gold for ourselves. It's like we a bunch of pirates because we want all the gold. All right, we just gonna be raiding around.
I love it. And let's go back to your NXT days, because I remember you had a multiple tag team partners for a little while, and then you and Montez Ford hooked up. The Street Profits were born. And what was the process of developing the Street Profits? Because obviously there was a concept originally, and what it's turned into is a little different.
I think like the only difference was we weren't really saying we want the smoke at NXT like that as much as we are now, obviously. I mean, we were already I was there since 2012. Tez, I believe, started in 2015, 16, I think. So like went a couple years, and then I said like 2017 was when the Street Profits were formed. We became a tag team, but the cool part is we were already boys before then. Okay. So it was very easy to mesh. Now, our styles are very contradicting because he's the loud mouth. He's the more outgoing one. I'm the more reserved. I'm more over here, unless we're talking about sports, of course. But but yeah, I'm like, our personalities were a little different, but we were still cool. And our styles are two completely different things, but those mesh because you can't have two of the same dudes in a tag team because that's not fun at all. And look at Randy and Matt Riddle, you know what I'm saying? RK Bro. We know how Randy is. We know how Riddle is. Two completely different guys put together. Now, unless you're twins like the Usos, hey, that works. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that's basically how like we ended up starting at NXT. Triple H was like, hey, let's see how these two look together, and then we just never looked back.
So what are your thoughts, unfortunately, of Triple H having to step away from the ring for health reasons? Because some people get to have their last match. He didn't get to choose to have his last match. It was chosen for him.
It was heartbreaking. It sucked. The weird part was right before we went out for our match at WrestleMania, he goes out there, puts his boots in the middle of the ring, rolls out. And I was just like, oh, snap. Like, this really it. And not only that, it was like, dang, now we got to go out there and, like, you know what I'm saying, put on a show for him. You know what I'm saying? Got to be like, hey, dog, you in good hands now, dog. We got this. Yeah. But, he was a big pillar in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the guys that changed the game. He's a cerebral assassin in the game, man. He changed it, and it was awesome to see. It was heartbreaking to see, but like it was awesome to have him go out there and have that moment and just be able to just like at least put his boots in the middle of the ring, have the crowd acknowledge him and give him that one last send off, and then you're just like, hey, now let's go put on the show for the big dog. You know what I'm saying? Triple OG triple OG, OG triple H.
I was like, are we in a time loop? I didn't know what I didn't. Yeah. But the relationship with Triple H and the Street Profits obviously comes from NXT because of the development of your characters, and he believed in what you wanted to put out there. So what is your relationship with Triple H?
It's pretty cool. I mean, we're both Leos. You know what I'm saying? Both of our birthdays are pretty much 3 days apart. No, it's pretty cool. We'll like obviously we say what's up to each other when we see each other and stuff like that. But like when we were like working as a tag team, starting to like get our feet wet in the tag division with each other. He was always there giving us advice and stuff like that. Like, hey, like, don't be afraid to go out there and be you, because if you're not you, everybody can tell. Everybody can tell when you're not you. Obviously, just don't let the moment get too big. What are you willing to do? And whenever he like felt like we weren't being ourselves, he'll let us know. So that was like our relationship right there.
And coming up though, there's so many huge premium live events. Like I said, June 5th, All-State Arena, Hell in a Cell on Peacock. And then you follow up with Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and Clash at the Castle, all stadium shows. Now, that to me is beautiful. The fact that the WWE and the Street Profits are going to go to each town and just fill stadiums with people. Now, how excited are you to go, not just to, it's fun to go to house shows and Raws and SmackDowns, but these are stadium shows, 60, 80, 100,000 people. Like, what is that going to be like when you go to all these events and just sell them out?
It's going to be unreal. Luckily, we got our feet wet with it in Dallas. But no, it's going to be fun being able to have that many people, being able to sell out those stadiums and those 3 premium live events is going to be crazy, especially the Clash at the Castle. That's one I'm really looking forward to because I've never wrestled in a soccer stadium before. Football stadium before.
Depends where you're from when you're watching this.
Yeah. But that's the one I'm really looking forward to, just because like I've never been to a stadium over there like that before. So that's the one I'm really looking forward to. But Money in the Bank gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying, at the Raider Stadium, and then SummerSlam at Nashville. I love Nashville for the simple fact, last time people were in the Nashville, Tennessee, at the Tennessee Titans Stadium, they were watching Evan Shooter McPherson kick the game-winning field goal to send the number 1 seeded Tennessee Titans home as the Bengals went to the AFC Championship. So that's going to be even greater.
Tell me how you really feel.
Huh?
I said, tell me how you really feel about that arena.
Oh, yeah. I drove past that arena on Monday. I was like, last time that arena had lights on, the Bengals beat the Tennessee Titans to go to the AFC Championship. But it's going to be a fun 3 premium lives, though. I tell you that much. In the stadium, it don't get no better than that. Sold out too. Woo.
I know. And again, it to me, business-wise, people always will forget that like the business side of the WWE is just skyrocketing. The most money ever made. 3 stadium shows. Usually it's 1 a year.
Right.
3 in a row. You already had WrestleMania. That was 2 nights. That's 5. Like, to me, the WWE is the brand that no one can deny and will always accept as the number 1 in sports entertainment. And I think the Street Profits being part of that, the Red Solo Cups falling from the sky, like you ooze sports entertainment. And I think when it comes down to it, like, do you think that when people look back at the Street Profits, they're going to look and compare you to teams like the New Day and the Usos? Because honestly, those are the biggest tag teams of the past decade. And I think the Street Profits have inched their way in.
Once we beat the Usos, we can put ourselves in that category. We already beat the New Day at Survivor Series a couple years ago. Now we just got to beat the Usos. And then we can put ourselves in that conversation and dominate for the next decade to come.
I love it. Well, Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits, thank you so much for being here. Remember, Hell in a Cell, June 5th, All-State Arena on Peacock. Don't forget to watch it, folks. I'm pumped, and I really hope, fingers crossed, Street Profits, Hell in a Cell, Usos, make it happen.
Let's go.
Let's do it. I want the smoke. I want it.
Sir.
So thank you so much for being here, folks. I've been Steve Fall. He's been Angelo Dawkins. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye.